What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today, and we are back for a bit more league racing action here on F1 2017. This is, of course, AOR Oceania F2. Of course, AOR is sponsored by Elgato Gaming. Create, play, share with Elgato Gaming, and, of course, Hype Energy Drinks. If you're not hyped, then get hyped with Hype Energy Drinks. Here's a reminder of the championship standings from Brazil. So Zombie took the championship lead off myself by 10 points. Laggy third, Sly fourth, and my teammate Owens in fifth. Constructors, Ferrari, 49-point gap, believe it is, over Renault. Sauber, Red Bull jumped Haas as well into fourth position. So Constructors could go up for grabs here this weekend. Championship, well, we'll have to wait and see. But of course, our championship leader has good memories here at the United States last season. Of course, we had that few little dramas last season, but he won the race from Owens and Laggy and took pole position. So he's looking in good step for this racetrack. But I, of course, am back racing this week after missing the last one out of Japan. So let's go straight to qualifying. Righto, here we are around the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas in beautiful Austin, Texas. Perfect skies for qualifying, and I believe it is perfect skies as well for the race as well. But you can see now just heading off now for my first run here. You probably could tell maybe I'm not really taking this run a lot seriously. You can probably maybe tell in the bottom right of the graphic there that I'm only in standard revs, and I'm actually going to be boxing this lap. There's no dramas with what's going on here. I'm just this is all just part of the plan that I've got in place. So I will explain it a little bit later on when we come back into the pits. So I think again, just taking it. Not taking it fully flat out anyway, but straight back into the lane. I think Laggy set the fastest time of the time being, a 33 something. I think it might be 34. I can't really remember. But anyway, back to the pits. So you're probably thinking I'm going to be a little bit crazy here, but I'm actually going to be qualifying on the super soft tyres. Now, probably wondering why the hell am I doing that? Well, probably a lot to do. I've seen a lot of previous videos around here in the United States, and well, tyre wear's not brilliant on the ultra soft tyres. They only go for a short amount of time, and it's a little worry about whether they can get the soft tyres to the end as well when you pit early. But he's on board with this Mitchie coming into the pits. My teammate doing a nice drift coming into the pit lane as well. Actually, the reason for Mitchie coming, there was a little issue there with Mitchie nearly hitting the wall there, but thankfully he avoided any damage. But yeah, based on that, what I said earlier with looking back at old videos as well, I felt maybe a bit comfortable on the super soft tyres. They could run a little bit longer compared to the ultra soft runners, and maybe have a bit more, maybe fresher rubber towards the end especially. So I did fill up the car for about 3 runs, I believe it was. So I did a lap, the first lap, which I didn't really record. Only bit I recorded was the last bit of it. So what did I do here? I'm going to remember what I did there. 34.346, there we go. Bit hard to see it with my notes, but this is actually what you're seeing right now is actually my fastest lap of this qualifying session. So we're currently P6 at the moment, probably the best of the super soft runners, but we're not too bad off at sector 1 here, about I think 5/100ths quicker than our previous time. Not the quickest out of everybody. We're about, I think it's about 4/100ths slower than the fastest time, which I don't know whether it's Laggy or not, or someone else. Could quite possibly be Zombie or Exodona. I'm not really too sure, because they've got good, what's the wording here? They usually do great times around this track, but they just run a little bit wide coming through turn 12 there, coming through sector 2. Not brilliant. We're about 2/10 off quicker than the fastest time. We're about 2/100ths quicker. So, I mean, it's not brilliant, I'll admit, but it's only like run 2. So, like I said, 3 runs. We've still got about a minute left. We should be able to get across the line to do these 3 runs. So, we're just taking it nice and cautiously. I've struggled a little bit getting through these last couple of corners, especially turn 19, because it's just so hard to pick out where to turn in. You can easily corner cut. We come across the line and we set a 1:34.284, about 6/100ths quicker on our time, but 7/100 slower. But just see they had a little bit of a weird screen freeze there when Mitchie retired from this session. I believe he crashed maybe through this S section here. That put me off big time there, but coming through here. I probably took too much curb there, and obviously the lap time was, well, that was it, pretty much it really. And that's actually, I think, DLG Gamble as well, who's maybe had a spin through there. He can easily spin it through those S section there. So I decided to just pretty much bail out of it. I may have given Exodona a little bit of slipstream, not going to lie, but anyway, I completed the lap, but it wasn't enough. So currently sitting, I think, P7 at the current moment. So not the fastest time, but I do have belief in the tyre wear especially. But here's today's qualifying comparison. We got Zombie on the left in the Renault, and probably the first time maybe in this quality comparison. I'm not really too sure, but is that Matt in the McLaren is the other one here in the qualifying comparison. We're probably wondering that's actually Matt's audio as well included. So anyway, we're going through into this fast S section here. Got to really attack these curves too much. You can easily lose the car coming through here. It's a bit hard to tell which gears you go in here, but you see Zombie really and Matt really attacking these curves a lot. I think Matt may be taking a little bit more curbing compared to Zombie here, but as you'll be able to see coming out through the F1 2017 board, Zombie just has a little bit of an advantage over Matt. So Matt's going to have to really up his game for the next couple of corners. No, not the next couple of corners, for the next sector especially, even though it's a very long straight here. So his run may have been a little bit compromised from that terrible run he got coming onto the front straight, so that probably didn't help his cause. But I think Zombie still's got the momentum here at the moment, so looking good for the man who could possibly have back-to-back pole positions. Wouldn't be the first time at the track anyway. Would be the first time that's happened, because remember, back to Malaysia, DT got back-to-back poles around Malaysia, so this could be another first this season. Is Sector 2 and bit after Sector 2, and Zombies well and truly ahead coming under that bridge there. This long, fast right-hander where, of course, Max Verstappen got caught out for cutting the curb a little bit too much. And just very nice run here, and Matt's really revving that Honda engine out. I'm surprised it hasn't blown up already, but you come across the line, and Zombies pretty much whipped the floor here. They won 33.263. And is that Matt? Probably a little bit surprising there. Maybe if he didn't have stuffed up that last corner there, probably would have gone a little bit quicker, but it's a 134.279, which is nearly a second worth, and it's put him back all the way down into P8. So we're pretty much giving the away there, but Zombie's got back-to-back poles pretty much for the United States Grand Prix. It's obviously a track he really likes. Probably not in SRL, but in AOR he absolutely loves it. So he's joined on the front row by Laggy. Exodona there in P3 also had a good run. For me, ended up in P9, best out of the super soft runners. My teammate Owens is following my kind of strategy as well. I think Conrad is as well. But this is the game we have to make our points. It's time to go racing here at the United States Grand Prix. Righto, welcome to the grid for the United States Grand Prix. Fine conditions as always, like I said. So pretty much just going to go for the standard one-stop strategy. You see here just changing up the setup a little bit. I think most of the guys up front may do two stops. They might get away with a one-stop. A bit hard to tell. Depends on how much their tyre wear is. But we're all set here for round number 14, a penultimate round of AOR F2. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Texas. It's a terrible start for that Matt, who pretty much ain't absolutely nowhere. We'll probably have to get a replay of that a bit later on, but just taking a nice course into turn one. Someone's gone well wide. I've actually slammed into the rear of Mitchie, but no, there's chaos already. I'm in the wall. Mitchie's off as well. He's lost his front wing. I've fully lost my front wing. There's carbon fibre all over the place here. There's been a few guys being caught up in it, but this is definitely not ideal for me, especially, and that's Frizy just getting out of everybody's road. I'm not sure whether he has damage or not, but this is not ideal for me if I wanted to gain points on Zombie today, especially if I want to keep this championship alive going into Brazil. You can see now I'm just trying my absolute best to just get this car as quick as I could back to the pit lane. That pretty much throws the one-stop strategy, I think, out the window here. So, like I said, just going quickly as I can. I can't remember who else was caught up in that, but you can see here coming through this fast right-hander, not ideal with no front wing. So obviously Frizie's obviously gone by. So anyway, we do eventually make our way back to the pit lane. Surprised I did. I think DT's coming as well. So I think both the Red Bulls have been compromised here from that early drama. So we had to come in for another front wing. I did contemplate whether to go onto the soft tyres and maybe go to the end, but I thought maybe it was a little bit of a risk. So I went onto another set of super soft tyres, and I'm probably going to do maybe one more stop. Depends on what the tyre wear is for the super soft tyres. I may go to the ultra softs a bit later on, but we're just going to have to wait and see. But now this has just pretty much put us out in the P13. We're pretty much on our own here. I think DT, myself, Mitchie, we're pretty much all on our own here. Lap 2, for some unknown reason, I've got purple in sector 2. I don't know how that works, but nice Codemasters game as always. But really the goal now is just to push on as quick as I can here, as I can see now, just taking the S section here. I don't know whether it's actually called the S section, but just pretty much taking every corner I can fully flat out. I felt like I had good pace around this circuit as well. So again, nice and cautiously, pretty much running over the exact same curve where Max Verstappen got caught out. But Zombie does a 1:37.1, I think it is from memory. So we get our first corner cut. 1:37.4, I should say. It was our first corner cut as well. We come across and we set a 1:37.5, which is not too bad pace-wise. And I think that little issue there in the background there may have been Mitchie, who was really struggling this whole race with those soft tyres. But we're only seeing the foreground there. We are starting to slowly catch up to DT. I'm actually surprised back there at the second last corner I didn't get a corner cut, but anyway, lap 5. There's a yellow flag again coming through that weird S section there, but coming through turn 1 here, you can just see Frizy just getting down the road. A little bit cautious here because I didn't want him to run into me and get more damage, so I was very thankful for that. Again, surprised I still again did it on lap 5. It didn't get another corner cut, but still pushing on here. I think we do set still same times as actually someone else's. I think possibly that could be Mitchie again. I think he's now gone a lap down. He's just been really struggling, I think, with his being on the soft tyres. He's a replay of the start, so I think we're on board here with that laggy person. He comes into turn 1. He's gone in way too hot here, so I think possibly he's going to... okay, that will explain it. That explains why there was a lot of chaos. So he actually tagged DT, which obviously went into Mitchie and into me, obviously, but this is not great for the man third in the championship here. I think he really needs to win the next couple of races to have any luck, and for Zombie and I to have terrible races, just to have any shot of winning the championship. Here's the replay on board with Zombie Hunter. You see here Laggy just goes straight ahead of turn 1, which is very close. And actually Zombie's got a bit of damage coming from the slide there. Not the greatest amount of damage, but he loses another spot to Exodona here. He just hangs on to DLG Gamble. We're coming through here. That could explain who that car was up in front. So you have a little bit of front wing damage. Not ideal coming through those corners. So he actually did come in. I didn't realise he actually came in as well at the end of lap 1. So he was really struggling with that front wing damage. Couldn't obviously take it another couple of laps if he had to, but he's now been put onto the 2-stop, I think. So super soft tyres on and a new front wing, and away he goes. Should come out with a bit of clean air. I think he'll come out probably P11 or 12, somewhere along those lines. He's on board with DLG Gamble. Now, probably a little bit hard to tell here. Actually, the slide probably got up the inside there of Laggy. And so there's that contact with the Zombie and the slide. Gamble and Exodona having those little jumps as well. But you probably could wonder what the hell's going on with his engine. I think he's had the same issue that I think DT had back in Malaysia. So he's pretty much got no engine sound, and if you remember back to Spa last season, I had the exact same thing. I think it was rectified, but he's on board with Mitchie. I think we'll get a replay of his Matt's footy later on, but he just went absolutely nowhere there. So Mitchie going up the inside here. I get him a little touch there, but nice. pretty much, yeah, like I said, Laggy went straight into DT. Mitchie had nowhere to go, and obviously I got caught up in that drama as well, which I'm not angry about with getting caught up with Mitchie, but with Laggy especially. But here's a replay with Is That Matt and R8 as well. So I think there's a little bit of maybe a little bit of desync with Is That Matt. So there goes all the chaos that ensured up in front there. So I think there was a little bit out of sequence there with the way Matt's 5 red lights went out when compared to all of us. So he's a little bit compromised here. So now it's R8 going around the outside here, I think, of Laggy. I think Matt's probably going to have a little look here, does he? No, just settles back in for now. So I think Laggy may be coming back here. Might have got his rhythm back together. Maybe have a little go around the outside. Is that Matt? But R8 ran a little bit wide coming out of that corner there. Now interesting to see what happens here. As you get a lot of slipstream, you won't get DRS until lap 3, so these guys are going to have to do it based on slipstream here. So we're going to basically stay on with Is That Matt for a little bit, and R8's footage will come back. So actually has a little lock up to R8, and Laggy goes up the inside here. A little bit of a touch with the teammates, but R8 comes back. There's more contact between the teammates. That's not ideal when you're making contact with your teammate. He may have got a little bit of damage there, but here comes Matt up the inside, gives him a little shove off the road there. That's pushed R8 back into, I think, P7 from memory, so he's really dropped back. Now, this will probably be one of the last ones on board with my teammate Owens. You can see, obviously, Matt went absolutely nowhere, covering off the inside line there, a little bit squeezed there from Owens. He actually qualified outside the 10, so he had the free option of changing tyres. Look at all the chaos that he showed up there. I must admit, it wasn't ideal for himself, but obviously Owens going on the soft tyres, going side by side with Matt through the S section. That was never going to work. Somehow didn't straight line it. He lost another spot to Okai was there. He has to back out of it here as well. So he's dropped back down to P9, but he can go long here. That's the critical thing here. He can go a bit longer. He probably can go to maybe the late teens or early 20s maybe for the pit stops. But his Okai was running a little bit wide coming out of, I think there was 12. He's going to have a look here, possibly going to size him up here maybe at 16. This is always the passing spot here up the inside. No, decides against it. It actually runs wide there, and he's lost all the momentum there. Actually got the warning as well for his troubles, so he's getting a little bit sideways, and Kai was probably had the worst of the sideways moments there. But here's Gamble still having his issues with the engine, but Exodona is going to go for the move up the inside and gets the race lead off the Sly here, but I don't think the Sly will give up yet for the race win. You can see Exodona straight away covering off the inside line here, coming up into this turn 12 section. I think Sly's just pretty much got him back on straight line speed. No, Exodona went very deep there. Sly might do a bit of a crisscross here up around the outside. That's not going to work. Now let's see what happens here in these next couple of corners here. Does he put one up the inside? No, he decides against it here, so pretty much goes back to where it was again. Exodona leading and Sly in second and Gamble third. He's on board with Owens, getting a little bit sideways there. There is a bit of a bump there that really catches you out there, but now I've got a replay on lap 3 with Is That Matt. I got on the power too early, and that's an easy spot for R8 there in the top right. I think he might drop a couple of spots here. There goes Kiowas. It's just lost him all momentum there, and actually Kiowas actually ran wide there through that right-hander, so Matt gets one spot back off that, so not all too bad. Here's DLG Gamble. Oh, there's a little bit of a lag, a desync there, and whether Sly felt a touch from him or not, I'm not really sure, but now again, I think Sly's going to have a look here up the inside, coming into turn 12. Not quite. They've given Exodona a little bit of a touch there, but this is on here for the race leads. More contact. Now Gamble's getting involved in this. See what happens here in this next couple of corners. Does he send one? No. They all stay as is. Gamble looking, but just quite have the drive, and Sly hangs on for now. Now back we go, lap 4 to Owens and Kiowas. Actually, Kiowas runs very wide, and there you go. It's an easy spot for Owens and for Conrod as well. Now back we go to the leaders. Sly had a terrible run through the S section. That's put him under a lot of pressure from DLG Gamble. Exodonus starting to pull away here. Laggy's now joining this party as well. Surprisingly, I don't think he copped any front wing damage or start any damage for all that drama. And here comes Gamble up the inside, late braking manoeuvre. Gave him a little shove there. Here we go, side by side, coming down this long back straight. This is allowing Exodona to really pull away here and get a big gap on these two especially. Laggy will be joining his party very soon. Nearly going to go 3 wide here. And now Gamble late break up the inside and now gets it done. And I think the battle's going to go on for position 3 as well. Now lap 6, R8 struggling with that corner. It's hard to get through that corner. It's hard to deal with that corner, I should say, when you're braking, when you're coming through just right to left pretty much. So Matt will be putting a lot of pressure on him here. And still revving out that Honda engine. This is probably the only times where you won't see a Honda engine blow up. But now we've got R8's point of view as well, because I think Matt's going to line him up here down this front straight. Maybe go for a move down here on the inside of turn 1. Yes, he does. Very late lock up, but makes it clean and makes a smooth pass up the inside, and that's him up into P6, I think it is. So anyway, lap 7, you can see now really starting to catch up here to DT. I don't think it's really got quite the pace that I've got at the current moment. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe did something wrong with the setup or something, but just see, I'm just taking it cautiously because there is a little bit of a lag moment, whether that's from me or what, I'm not sure. But you know, think about it up here at the inside of turn 13. It may have put DT off a little bit here. And I think he's just allowed me to go by here. Ran very wide, and now I've run wide. Coming into this dreaded corner. Now, ending a little bit sideways off there, but that's put us up now into P11. Just had to roll out of the throttle here, coming out at his right-hander as well. So now I think we've got it settled here, running very wide, coming out of those final couple of corners, and now we're chasing after Ikaya was for 10th spot now, but that's corner cut number 2 throughout this whole race. So really, corner cuts weren't too bad at the moment. Now I've got a lot of fresh air. Ran a little bit wide coming out of that corner. It's a lot hard to flow the car through that S section, I'll admit. But now he's Zombie putting... This is Zombie to replay with putting the move on here on Ikayawas. It was just after I passed DT, so to put Zombie back up into P9 for now. This, of course, Ikaya was on the soft tyres, so lap 9, I think R8 came in for his one and only, well, started lap 9 for me. R8 came in for his one and only pit stop for soft tyres. So going for the long run here. He's on board with this, that, Matt. Don't be alarmed. He just fast forwarded his footage a little bit, but he's doing the 2-stop, I believe. So super soft tyres on. And this is R8 obviously making his one and only pit stop. Actually had to change his front wing, so I didn't realise this is a reason why he got maybe held up a little bit in his pit stop. So I'm not sure exactly where he got that from, to be honest, whether that was from the first lap drama or what. But there's lap 10, DLG Gamble comes in. He's doing the 1-stop, soft tyres, still having that engine drama. I think he does rectify it a bit later, but now is that Matt on a fresh set of super soft tyres. You're going to line up Kyle was here, still doing the long run on the soft tyres. Up the inside he goes here at turn 1. A little bit of a lock-up, but pretty easy move for Matt. It puts him up into P8, and Kai was back to P9. Now, back we go a bit further. R8 now on his fresh set of soft tyres and probably a bit of a more of a front wing. Going to have a look here on the inside here of DT. Very late under braking. It has to cut the corner a little bit there. Gives enough room for DT, but that's easy for R8. Nice move there, apart from the corner cut. That's put him up into P11. So anyway, tyre wear, I mean, it wasn't too bad. The tyres felt all pretty even, I will admit, but getting a little bit oversteering there. They are starting to wear out a little bit, but I was still keen to push on and get these tyres as far as I could. Now Conrod's come in for the ultra soft tyres, so it's probably a little bit of a weird one, but I think he's doing the 2-stop as well. So now I got a replay on board with is that Matt. I think he's chasing after, I can't work out who it is in the foreground, but I think we will have some point of view footage. Might be R8. Oh, no, my bad. It's actually a Zombie Hunter who's now starting to struggle here. I think that's the Sly going up the inside there. Actually, Sly ran very deep there, and Zombie may do the crisscross here. A little bit of contact between those two. I think Sly's now got it. Is Zombie going to send it up the inside? Yes, he does. Not giving up without a fight is the championship leader. But may have to concede now coming through his right-hander with Sly getting on the right line. No, they're still side by side. Somehow they've made it work. Now this will be the line for Zombie. Matt's joining this party as well, so this could really help out Matt big time here. Now Zombie gets the run here, and there's a little bit of contact between those two. May have put off Matt a little bit, but I think Sly's now got a bit more of a good run coming into turn one, and he's going to leave room here. Zombie has another look up the inside here at turn one. Gets it done. It's still got the Sly side by side. Now he may have to concede now. Yes, he does. So finally Sly gets through here. A little bit of a close call there with Matt. And oh no, Matt's got front wing damage. And he nearly copped a bit more front wing damage there actually. So, and actually Zombie just decides to let him go. So whether the braking of Zombie may have put Matt off there, I'm not sure, but that's really compromised Matt's race big time. So anyway, they're still pushing on here, and that's corner cut. That's a cut number 3. So 3-second time penalty coming my way, which I was pretty furious about if I'm honest. But anyway, oh, he's a bit of contact there with Owens, and I think that's Laggy. Yes, it is. So Owens still going here on lap 13. On the soft tyres, really pushing him as much as he can. He's still hanging. Oh, there's contact there as well from, I think that was Laggy. So he's doing everything he can to hold off Laggy. He's on a fresh set, I think, of super soft tyres, as well as Exodona, who's catching him as well. I don't know whether Laggy got front wing damage or not. I'll be very surprised if he didn't get front wing damage. But he has another look up the inside of turn 1, but can't make it work. So he's just going to have to buy his time here, is Laggy. But pretty much, like I said, he needs to win the next 2 races at least to have any shot at the championship. But that's Mitchie setting the fastest lap. I think we're going to the 36. But Kaiwas has a little moment coming out of here, and that was just easy for me. That's put me up into P8, and you'll never guess who the next car is up the road. That is the championship leader, and the guy who I need to score more points, get more points over, just have to keep this going into Brazil. Probably will continue on into Brazil at this rate if their positions stay where they are, but of course anything is possible with myself and possibly Zombie going on to a set of ultra soft tyres. So a little bit of a lock up here in the turn 1, just trying to hold these tyres on as much as I can just to the next pit stop at least. But you see now Mitchie actually has left the session. Now, early in the week, he did not have any internet whatsoever, so he was pretty much using mobile data, I think, and he pretty much just ran out of data. So here's again Laggy, another move up the inside here. Sorry, Exodona, I should say, he's made the move on Owens, so he's finally got past, must have got past Laggy somewhere, I'm not sure exactly where. And Owens coming back here, it's a little bit of a squeeze there from both of them, but pushed Exodona wide, and somehow he still comes out ahead, even though he went well off track there. But I think now you'll see Exodona really start to pull away here. But Owens has got DRS here, so maybe Exodona maybe got a legal overtake on Owens. Not sure, but Laggy sort of really dropped. Oh, sorry, it might be DLG Gamble now who's in 3rd. My bad. So maybe Laggy may have damage. I'm not really sure, but you see now it's just still trying to caress this car to the next pit stop. Anyway, if I can get with maybe lap 19 or 20 at least till the end of this race. Anyway, but Laggy came in for ultra soft tyres on. And then the lap 14, so he's doing a very long stint on those ultra softs. Usually they don't go for very long, not even 10 laps, I don't think. Maximum's, I think, 12 maybe at best, so he's really going to manage those ultra softs to the end. So DT set the fastest lap as well. I think he went into the 130, what did he go? 136.287. He's on board with R8. He's chasing after Kaiwas. There's a little bit of contact there. There's actually Conrad up the inside there. Should now turn to the outside, but he's got, look at Conrod, plenty of grip on those ultra soft tyres. That's put him up into P10 and put R8 back into P11. So yes, he'll be chasing after Kaya was next, but here's Owens just still battling away here with Exotoda for the race lead. You probably say a little bit silly if you want to, but Owens was pretty keen to have a good race here after a pretty last few terrible rounds for him. So yeah, I think now he can pretty much say he will not win this championship, and he'll have to hand over the number one at the end of this season. So he's just really going for pride here, and especially for us at Ferrari, especially getting the Constructors' Championship. But tyre wear really starting to get a little bit higher, so just taking it very cautiously through these next couple of laps, especially, like I said. If we can get like lap 18 or like 19 or 20, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe. Like I said, it could go 11, 12 laps at best, but here's Conrod making his way through. He's a man on a mission, is Steve Bingham. Up the inside he goes of Kiowas. Down his back straight, probably got DRS as well. Here comes R8. He'll pretty much follow him here, I think. And Kiowas is still out there on the soft tyres. This is still yet to come in for his one and only pit stop. So it's now put Conrod in 8th and R8 into P9. So really great effort all round, as he has a little bit of a moment there as R8 copped the track extending warning as well. So that's not too bad. But in our lap 16 is that Matt's come in for his second pit stop, so he's definitely doing the 2-stop. He's pit stop. Like I said earlier, don't be alarmed. It's just a fast forwarding thing on Matt's video. So like I said, I will leave everybody's videos down in the description. You can go check it out, as well as the live stream. So another set of super soft tyres, and away he goes. So he'll be fighting maybe the mid-pack, I'm not sure, but here's R8. He's now got his teammate Laggy not far behind on those ultra soft tyres, and he thinks he just had a moment, or maybe just decided to let him go here. But like I said, Laggy's going to be a long, long stint on those ultra soft tyres to get to the end of the race. But for us, still going on, I think I was just pretty much following Zombie at the current moment. Anyway, you can just see Laggy's pace. It's just phenomenal, really, on the ultra softs. I think he said 1:35.8, so the first into the 35. So we're really starting to feel the effects of tyre wear here. And don't be alarmed if you think that's Zombie in the foreground. It's not. It's actually Mitchie's AI car. But yeah, I've got a strategy change as well to go into the soft tyres. But I mean, I wasn't really having any bar of that at all. So you're probably going to see what the tyre wear's like. We're going to left freeze on 75%. Usually when you get to that point, it's usually nearly puncture territory. So I'm pretty much on the ragged edge. I probably could come in for this pit stop, but you can just tell Laggy all over the rear of me now. I was just trying to hold him up as much as I could. Sorry, Laggy, if you're watching this video, but that was my plan anyway, just to keep him behind. And Zombie's still going on, but as he comes through the right-hander, a lot of understeer there, and my teammate's actually in the lane, but Laggy goes up into P6. So obviously you can see my teammate come in for his one and only pit stop for ultra soft tyres, but I pretty much had no choice really but to come in. If I stayed out one more lap, I would have been at puncture territory and pretty much would have crawled my race, but and maybe championship. But so I think I've come in. I had to hold up a little bit with the pit stop, but it wasn't too bad. I think Zombie up in front's followed as well, or went in as well, so I pretty much followed him as best I could. So now we've got fresh rubber to the end of this race. Probably going to be a long stint maybe to hold on, but if I could just lose maybe a couple of points to Zombie, that'll be a bonus especially. So here's a Zombie's pit stop, like I said. So ultra softs for him as well. Away he goes. And he pretty much was not mucking around here as he cut a bit further on here. Is actually catching up to is that Matt, who's pretty much a sitting duck here. And mate, it's so easy. That was actually on his out lap, which I think, would you believe? So makes it look so easy, and Matt doesn't have nothing to answer for in the super soft tyres. But I think now, what's that, cut number 4, I think? I can't remember from memory. So, but now I might come up in the turn 5, my bad. Sorry about that. As a couple another 3-second time penalty for the 6th warning there. Actually got put off a little bit by Mitchie's AI car. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is really. But here's a replay with R8 and Owens up the inside. Easy for Owens on the ultra soft tyres. Maybe R8 can maybe get a little bit of a fight back here. But don't think he really does. No, he does actually. Later on in the lap, goes up the inside here. That doesn't quite have enough in the end, and well, he just has to settle back in to a P6. Do apologise, I must have accidentally pressed something on my iPod, so iPad I should say. But anyway, lap 20 we go. We're setting personal best now. I think I set what was it? Can't remember what it was. The 36, maybe the 35s. Can't really remember. So. That's cut number 7 there, but we are starting to catch up to a DT here. I think Conrod's come in for his second stop as well. We're really pushing on. DT's still struggling on those ultra soft, so it's cut number 8 as well. So really racking up the corner cuts here, but later on in the lap, you get to see now all over the back here of DT. I think I did a 136.3 from memory as well, so just coming through this right-hander. It's a little bit wide there. I'm not sure whether that was just letting me go there or he had an understeer moment, but that's now put us up into P9. So next up is that Matt, who be pretty much is going to be a sitting duck on the super soft tyres. Probably be struggling. Just send another PB as well. I think we did another 36 something or other. I think Exodona went into the 34s if I missed that already, but he's on board with Zombie all over the rear end. That was actually Exodona, I forgot to mention earlier. He had a moment coming through the S section there and lost the rear end, so pretty much compromised his run, and Zombie made an easy move on R8, but I'm surprised he didn't get a corner cut back there. I was actually very surprised, because that was dead set a corner cut, but then still sending personal best times. I think it was like a 30 to the 36 flat now, so really got good pace. There's cut number 9, another 3-second time penalty. So, and actually copped 10th warning as well. Forgot to mention that in the notes, but just see now, look at the pace we've got compared to Matt here in the McLaren. So I don't know, he's just probably struggling a little bit on the super soft tyres, or we've just got a lot of pace in on those ultra softs. They did say he was going to let me go here, but I was having none of that, so I decided to dive it up the inside. Very late move. Little bit of a touch with us, but nearly Danny Rick style, if you like to call it. But that was pretty easy. I've put up in the P7. Next lap on lap 24. Now all over the rear end of R8, who's just starting to really struggle on those soft tyres. So I'm pretty much going to line him up as best I can here, just trying not to get as much dirty air as I can. I'm trying to avoid all the dirty air from R8's car, but you see now having a good run here coming out of this corner here. We've got a bit more speed, I think, compared to R8, so we're going to have a look here. We're going to send a very late move up the inside here. I think we've now got the move done here, but no, we've been tagged, and we're in the wall, and we're out.
Zombie in 5th with R8 in 6th, and Orozco is going to go for a move here at the hairpin on R8. They spin!
Oh,
They've spun it! Roscoe is out of the United States Grand Prix. Is that the championship for Zombie Hunter? R8 looks like he's going to be able to keep going on. He's going to lose position after position here. He's going to drop down into that. He's dropped down to the points almost. But what does that mean? Roscoe at the hairpin was going for a move, and he is sitting there with no right front tyre. Whoa, what does that mean? I don't think we want to look at the moment what that's going to mean for the championship. We've got a...
What complete bullshit.
Really the only bit of audio I could find there. Thank you, Team at Mardik. But yeah, to be honest, I was just pretty pissed off that that happened, especially even though I only tapped the wall a little bit as well when the front run came off. I was just so pissed off, especially. But that's pretty much, I think, nearly ruined my chances of maybe this championship. So what possibly could have been maybe a loss of only like a couple of points is now going to be possibly a loss of 10 points, which is pretty much, well and truly, nearly fucked up my championship aspirations especially. So got a replay here. So up the inside we go here. I thought it was all pretty clean move here. Now I'll pause it here. Now you can see the white proximity arrow. It is actually white. Usually when a car's next to you, it's red. So I thought I was clear of R8, but to my surprise, I actually get spun, of course, and obviously the tyre fell off, and, well, the rest is history. Now, to be honest, I did think it was R8's fault at the time. You can probably tell from the live stream, and is that Matt's footage, but you'll be able to see here on R8's point of view. You just see here. Yeah, I think I did take it to the stewards, but it was just deemed a lag incident. And also pretty much ruined R8's race as well. So he's now obviously had to come back in, put on another set of ultra soft tyres, and obviously change the front wing. So this is an unscheduled pit stop for him. So that's now pushed him out of the points now for Haas. But anyway, the race still continues on. We got Is That Matt running very wide here. Actually had to use every single bit of extension right there, and he's lost all momentum. Here comes Conrod straight. Nice move from Steve Bingham. Up in a P60 goes, but now a bit further on, Gamble's comfortably leading. I think it's about 7 odd seconds maybe from memory, but Laggy going to get a little bit of pressure on the slide, which I was pretty surprised about, if I'm honest, because like I said, he came in I think at the end of lap 14 or 15 for those ultra soft tyres. They're still doing not too bad, but he's on board with Gamble, having a little bit of a moment here at turn 11. But thankfully, he had a huge gap there compared to behind. So now this is probably going to be a first, I think, on any kind of league racing video. You've probably never seen 3 different point of views, but you got Owens on the top left, Zombie on the top right, and of course the sort of my footage after I DNF'd, obviously, but. Laggy now coming under attack, so I think the ultra softs are pretty much worn out and have died because Sly's pretty much pulled away here. So this is really a battle for the podium here. There's Owens going right around the outside here. This could well and truly hurt my chances of championship. Zombie now has a look up the inside here of Laggy, so he's been pushed wide. It's all going nuts here. There's a little bit of chaos. Contact between Laggy and Owens. Zombie right around the outside, and he actually gets the spot, even with a 3-second time penalty as well. It's interesting battles going on for effectively the podium as well, but Gamble came across the line to win the race. Obviously, there's a little bit of a battle as well, but the further back, and DT has spun out. Whether he got caught up with Exodona or not, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think he just decided to let the spot go there, but he probably didn't realise Ikawa was still on the run there, and don't know whether he got him. I don't think he did in the end. So there's battles going on for the podium and further back in the midfield. But in the end, DLG Gamble gets his first ever AOR victory. So many congratulations to him. The Sly, of course, got another podium. So he's pretty much been standard for the Sly, really, these last few races. And even though it showed Laggy on the podium, was actually my teammate Owens. So great effort from him to get up on the podium. You just see all the penalties there. So here's the final results. Gamble, Sly, Owens, Laggy, Zombie finishes in 5th. Conrod, Matt, Kiowas, DT, and Exodona rounded out the top 10. And you go a bit further back, R8 and Formula Dragster were there as well, a lap down. Mitchie finished 3 laps down because of a disconnect, and of course me, the only DNF. So championship-wise, we do lose out a bit. It's now 20 points to Zombie and myself. Sly and Laggy were pretty much the only other guys within a shot, but they're now out of it because they're out of the 25-point bracket for the last race of the season. Owens will pretty much finish up in P5. He can't move. Exodona, Gamble move up into 7th. DT, Matt, and Mitchie. Constructors, you can confirm now that Ferrari are Constructors champions, so pretty much unassailable 54-point lead over Renault, so we'll finish 1st and 2nd. Battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th will be interesting going into the final race, even though there's a fair gap. I think about 19 points to Sauber. Haas jumped back up into 4th. Of course, Red Bull had a complete shocker. Obviously, Force India may come under attack from McLaren, maybe even Mercedes a bit later on, but also Toro Rosso and Williams rounding out the top 10. So there you go. It's going to be a very, very interesting race come the last one at Brazil. What a place to do it, I must say, at Brazil as well. So, but if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. You can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more league racing content on F1 2017 and other video gaming content as well. Of course, all my social media links are down in the description, plus every other of the guys of their point of views if you want to go check theirs out. But for the moment, guys and girls, until the finale at the Brazilian Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.